I tried my best not to think other way, but I can't do it anymore. I'm sorry, Vayan. I thought it would be better if I tell you before the marriage. He looked up when he didn't get any response in return. When your eyes met, he saw nothing, no emotions. You were standing there looking at him as if whatever he said didn't even hurt you. Were you doing me a favor by loving me? You finally broke the silence while your voice cold and mocking. There was nothing like that. You what? And can I ask you why is that you finally realized you have no feelings? Seems like this success has gotten into your head, or did you find someone more suited to your level of mediocrity? James' face flushed with anger. No, you know what's the real reason? You're mean and selfish, Ryan. All you care about is power and success. You don't care about people that belong to you. You just want everything in your control. I'm not going to put myself down in front of you anymore. I gave it a try when people said you had the biggest ego. I thought how bad could it be, but now I know why they say that. You leaned back in your chair while smiling slightly to mask the anger and hurt that was blazing inside you. Are you giving excuses for your cheating and powerlessness? Another weak man with countless excuses. Anyways, I don't blame you. Not everyone can handle a woman with power and independent opinions. James clenched his fist. It's not about that. It's about you being emotionless and impossible to be with. You have never showed me any real love or care. You let out a cold laugh. Oh, so that's why you were seeking that love from your best friend. James looked at you. He wasn't surprised because he knew that you have found out he has been cheating on you with his girl best friend. You got up from your chair before walking towards him. Is it Ginny? You suddenly started feeling guilty that you are too timing and now you want to stay loyal to her. But guess what? A man who is not satisfied with one woman can never be loyal to any other woman. Your eyes turned dark while he was unable to look in your eyes. At least she cares about me. You only care about your empire. You clenched your jaws. You think you can walk away after everything I did for you? After I help you stabilize your career and rise to fame? You are nothing without me, James. Watch how I'll destroy your entire generation. James gulped because he knew you have every power to bring him down. Actually, he wasn't planning to disclose this secret affair with his best friend, but when he found out that you got to know everything, he knew it's the end of him, so he himself came to end things. Ryan, you can't do that. You also used me. You wanted to marry me so that you can get all the wealth from your father. I helped you in that and now you can't do that. Security. You called the security and they immediately came inside. You glared at James and came near him. I never depend on anyone, nor I'll ever be. It's your biggest misunderstanding if you've ever thought that you can be of my use. You are really selfish, says the cheater. Take him away from here. You said, signing the bodyguards. They grabbed his arms and took him away. As soon as he left and his voice faded away, you stumbled upon your feet and grabbed the corner of the table to balance yourself. You started to like him, but from the time you came to know about his cheating, it breaks you apart in a way that you never imagined. Tears spilled in your eyes both from anger and heartbreak. You wiped your tears and swiped everything away from the table. Things were now scattered on the floor while you screamed. Now I will show you what would I have done if I was selfish, if I didn't care about the people who were close to me. You can't walk away like that without facing your karma. The door opened and a secretary came in. She got concerned and surprised to see things scattered on the floor. She looked at you, who looks a mess now. Ma'am, are you okay? Yes, tell me, what is it? She looked at the mess and you, but you never allow people to take part in your personal life. We have contacted Mr. David and he is ready to give that big project to Mr. James' company. Your jaws clenched. Tell him he doesn't have to do that anymore, and also, Min Enterprises is not providing any fund and investment to his company anymore. She was confused and surprised. You have been doing so much for his company and now suddenly you are bringing back everything. It was weird, but ma'am, just do what you are told to. You raised your voice while she nodded. As you say, ma'am. You entered the conference room of the biggest investment firm in the city. The walls gleamed with sophistication, but you barely noticed. Your mind was still reeling from the breakup with James, the man who had been your fiance until he decided to betray you. But you weren't one to show weakness, especially not in a room filled with potential business partners and rivals. You straightened your back, exuding the power and confidence that has gotten you to where you were. As you took your seat, your eyes met those of John Jungkook, another renowned businessman and most notably James' biggest rival. His gaze lingered on you longer than necessary, a look of intensity that was hard to ignore. You raised your brow as the man seemed to have an interest in you. The meeting went on, you all discussed the matter you all are here for, but Jungkook's eyes fell on you more than they should have to be. After the meeting, everyone started to disperse. You were collecting your stuff when Jungkook approached you. You still look as confident as ever after that heartbreak. I must say you are hard not to be impressed with. You looked at him and raised a brow. Excuse me? He smiled. I heard about what just happened with James. Well, he doesn't even deserve to get a woman like you. You now completely turn towards him. Seems like you have a lot of time to put your nose in everyone's business. He laughed, impressed by you as well. Well, not for everyone. I just do that sometimes. You know, James' enemies are my friends. You rolled your eyes and then crossed your arms. Why does it concern you? Jungkook took a step closer while his eyes were never leaving yours. Because I've always been into you, Ryan. Ever since the first time I saw you at that charity event last year, I knew you were with James, so I kept my distance, but now I can't stay away. Your heart raced at his words, but you maintained your composure. So what, you think you can swoop in and save the day? I'm not some damsel in distress. Jungkook's eyes darkened with intensity. I don't want to save you, Ryan. I want to be with you. I want to stand by your side and watch you conquer the world. But more importantly, I want to help you destroy James. And why would you want to do that? Jungkook leaned in, his breath warm against your ear. Because he took something precious from me once, and now I want to take something precious from him. And beside, you are a powerful woman. You deserve someone who can match your strength, not cower in its shadow. You felt a shiver run down your spine. There was something undeniable, magnetic about Jungkook's presence, something you couldn't ignore. Fine, let's say I believe you. How do you propose we do this? Jungkook's hand brushed against yours, sending a jolt of electricity through you. Marry me, we'll make it public, a grand spectacle. It will drive James crazy to see us together, and with our combined power, we can crush him and anyone who dare to oppose us. Your heart skipped a beat. Is this a trick to get me in your control? To marry me? Jungkook smiled and brushed a strand of your hair behind your ear. The scent shivers down your spine. You've never let any man even come near you except James, but you couldn't push him away either. I don't think I would need any excuse to marry you if you see it other way, but I just want to help you. I know something big is connected with this marriage and you won't let it go just because he betrayed you. You girl, because your father will only give you your deserving wealth and power if you get married, and that's why you got ready to marry James before knowing him entirely. Don't worry, I won't leave your hand in the middle. You looked at him. Fine, if you are doing this for anything in return, you'll get it. Let's fake this marriage, and once we'll get what we want, we'll part our ways. Jungkook smiled. Alright, let's start like this. Destiny will decide the end. The announcement of your marriage with Jungkook put everyone in shock. Your father called you to explain everything and you did, except hiding the part that you and Jungkook are doing this fake marriage. You'll end it once you get what you wanted. It took some time to wait for your father's decision. He wanted to see if you're marrying Jungkook just because of the position that you'll get from him, or it is just because of love. You get along with his plan and made him show that you both are in love with each other. Not long when James got to know about all this, and not only this, his position in the business began to fall and it didn't stop. After a month, on the same day when you were about to marry James, you and Jungkook got married, and somewhere your feelings are involved because in the process of pretending to love him, you started falling for him in real. The marriage was grand as expected. You invited not only your family but big renowned businessmen and partners. One of them was James, who came with Ginny, his girlfriend now. Why? Your feet stopped but you didn't turn. She came near you and looked at you. All the guests are in hall, enjoying the food. What are you doing here, Ginny? Wine, what James did to you was wrong, but do you really have to go that far to bring him down? You took away everything from him just because he didn't marry you. You raised a brow. Seems like you're not here to enjoy. By the way, I just took away things that were mine. How is this selfish? In fact, you shouldn't even come in the middle. I left him like I found him. Now change him according to you if you can. By the way, please don't go without eating. He walked away from there while she clenched her jaw. After James dumped you, he realized that he played with fire and now he's just not in his right mind. Ryan, you stopped while she came near. You used Jungkook to take your revenge. You were using James to get your father's wealth. You should be ashamed of yourself. Before you turned towards her and responded, a voice came. Ashamed of what? Ashamed of showing a cheater his place? Jungkook walked in, and for some reason you felt your heart feeling at ease. He walked near you before flashing a smile, then he looked at Ginny. In fact, you should be ashamed of being with a man who was betraying a woman for money. Were you supporting him all along? Ginny clenched her jaws. Seems like you're also losing him. I already knew if a man can't be satisfied with one woman, he can never settle down with one. You still have a chance to make things right for yourself. She walked away from there while you both watched her leaving. Then Jungkook turned towards you, his smile not leaving his face. Seems like she understood you. You smiled. Jungkook's heart skipped a beat when he saw you smiling. You look even more beautiful when you smile. You should keep smiling often. You looked at him and take a deep breath. Jungkook, thank you so much for everything. You made me move on. You helped me in coming out even stronger. I promise I will never forget that. I will do whatever to help you when you'll be needing it. Jungkook took a step closer to you, making your heart skip a beat. Hearing so much praise from my favorite person feels like I'm the greatest of all time. You chuckled softly. You are indeed. I just told you the truth. Then can I tell you one truth as well? Something inside you feels like something will going to happen that will change your life forever. You can say it. He took a deep breath before closing the gap between your bodies. Since you say that you like men who are satisfied with one woman, I'm that man Ryan and I want to devote myself to you all my life. Your heart raced. Jungkook, your voice came out in a whisper. No one knows except us that this marriage was a fake marriage and no one will know if we make it real. Just a yes from you can change everything. Is that what you wanted in return? From the start? There was a short pause before he spoke. You have no idea how much I have waited. I was just waiting for the right time when James will be out of my way. Your eyes widened. You knew this would happen? How? He laughed a little seeing you surprised for the first time. I told you that I keep a track of my favorite people, whether it's people I love or hate. You were unbelievable. You were still surprised while he chuckled, but I want you to believe that I love you like no one else can. And you will do the biggest mistake of your life if you didn't accept my proposal now. You raised your brow playfully. Oh really? And who'll make me regret? You? I'll definitely make you want me more and more every time you deny your feelings for me. It was hard for you not to blush on his words. Really, let's see how you do that. You said a smile appeared on your face, and Jungkook knew he won your heart. He pulled you by your waist and pressed his lips against yours.
이제 어떻게 지독하게 봐